Hey plate collectors, my name's Colin. This is my second video I've done on this channel so far. And actually, because a lot of people, both on the Facebook groups and, well maybe not, I shouldn't say a lot, because that makes it sound like I'm like a pro at videos. A good number of people, enough to make me want to get back on my computer and do this, suggested that I do a second video with different tips, photos, and videos of my collection, which I unfortunately really can't give you right now because I'm recording this from my college dorm room, as you can see. So, yeah, it's a little hard for me. I mean, I've got a few that I've traded for so far, but seem to want me to do another video, which I was actually really pleased about because I was sort of just thinking it was just a one-time thing. But this video is gonna attempt not to be terribly redundant, so please watch the first video if you haven't already. And it's got a few more fundamentals. This is kind of just extra tips that can help you better your collection. So, alright, let's get started. So I actually do have a couple plates with me. I traded for them since I've been at college. This one, nice one from Matt H, relatively in the low number, Great Lakes Blender trailer. I thought that was pretty nifty. Well, I bought that one, I didn't trade for that one, but traded for the rest of these. Nice one from Nathan K, thank you. It's pretty cool. It's actually, if you can see, it's a little bit off. The border is not parallel to the plate. And the numbers are a little off and weird spacing, and these are higher. It's a whole bunch of teeny little errors, which is pretty nifty, and it's used, which is also cool. Used errors are pretty cool, I think. Nice farm commercial and Houghton County 69 from Paul K. Part of an ongoing trade. I sent my plate, and he's sending me a bunch more as he finds them. So I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of those. So that's what I have here. So now back to the stuff you're actually watching this video for. So tips. My first tip for you, and I cannot stress this enough, it's so important, it's been so good for my collection. Join the Facebook license plate collectors groups. If you don't have a Facebook, make a Facebook. Just suck it up and do it, because it's totally worth it. And it's worth it because you wouldn't think it would be a very close community, because a lot of these Facebook groups tend to just be kind of people joining as they happen to think about something, and we get a lot of people like that. But we've really got a nice community of hardcore plate collectors, and I mean, really reputable people. Anybody is reported to be not reputable, it's taken very, very seriously. Dino M is our admin. I always assumed it's pronounced Dino. I don't know, maybe it's Dino. He's a great admin. He's amazing. He takes it very seriously. He's super fun. It's a really great community. But why should I have you join, or why should I ask you to join? It's been instrumental getting some of my favorite plates in my collection. You can buy and sell and trade and post pictures of the stuff you have in your collection. It's absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to put a link to the group in the description of this video, just because you should just go join now. There's no commitment or anything. It's very loose. We're just all having fun. Check us out. It's pretty cool. There are like over 3,000 members, and it still just feels like a family of plate collectors. It's really, really nice. I've gotten all of these plates in the pile I showed you from the plate collectors group, and I've gotten a whole bunch more, and I've made lots of great friends. And on top of that, there are a few others. First of all, join the Rare U.S. County license plate group. I'm the founder of that one, so I love it. Join the Auto Tag Auction group. It's a better way to avoid having to pay eBay fees, avoid having to give 13% of your purchase away, or your selling away, and you can target a group of really hardcore collectors. And it's a great place. Also great admins. I think Pete Madson's an admin there. So join that group. And there are lots of other little offshoot groups, like there's an Ohio, Indiana, Michigan plate group. There's a New York group. There's a Pennsylvania group. There's a Jersey group. There's a Louisiana group. a lot of these little fun ones where you can target people specifically interested in what you're collecting. Just great places to share things. I'm so glad I'm a part of this community. So that's one really important thing that I can offer you. Okay, second tip I have for you guys, and I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna kind of explain it a little bit. It goes a little bit off of what I talked about in my first video, but I kind of want to just articulate it like this because I think it's gonna have a decent impact. Let your collection put itself together is my next tip for you. So I'm gonna explain like why I'm saying that. So when I put together my quintessential 50 state run when I was just starting collecting. And it was really fun, and it was a great way to get a lot of interesting different plates. But when I was done with it, what did I have after that? Like, where did I go from there? And I think a lot of collectors face this problem. Like, what do I do after I've kind of done all the required material? I like to use the analogy of higher education, of college for this. I feel like the 50 state run is a little bit like high school. It's a very defined curriculum, and it's something that everybody else around you is doing it too. Some people are able to do it faster, some people take a little bit longer. It all depends on your resources, how much you're willing to spend. And then once you finish that, you've graduated. You're in college now. And you have a choice about where you get to go to college. And you can go to a number of places. You can choose between a college that gives you a specific program, and this is my analogy for somebody who kind of knows right away what they want to collect, something they've always wanted to do. Like somebody might want to be an engineer or a musician or an actor, and a plate collector knows instantly, I want to do a collection of taxi cab plates because my dad was a taxi driver, or I want to do a collection of apportion plates because I drove trucks for 20 years. That is one thing that can happen. It's one possible way to send yourself. The more common thing that happens though is and I compare this to a liberal arts education, in which you go to some place that has a lot of resources and a lot of different things, and you take advantage of a lot of those resources. But at the end of a certain period of time, you don't really know where you're going. You might have taken 3 courses in psychology and 3 courses in anthropology and a chemistry course and a calculus course and a seminar on C++ or something. And what you're left with is still that same confusion you got when you first got to college. And for some people this can be resolved, and for some people they end up with basically a half ton of plates they have no idea what the hell they're going to do with. And that certainly happened with me. I had so many failed runs I was trying to start after this point. I kind of chose the liberal arts form of license plate collecting. And so what ended up happening was I had 5 plates in an apportioned run I started, and 7 or 8 plates in a handicapped run. And what other runs did I do? I tried to do a CEM run for my initials. I tried to do a 734 run for the area code where I grew up. I tried to do I tried to do a 11808. That's my ALPCA number. I was only ever able to find one, and I didn't even buy it. It was sent to me by another collector from the plate group. Thanks. That was Michael K. who sent me that one. I was kind of a mess. I had all these plates, and I just had no idea what I was going to do with them. I was like an addict. I was just buying them. Like, oh, this one is kind of somewhat in relation to something I'm doing. I want to try this. Or, oh, look, here's a fun type of run. I could start with this one plate. Let's try that. And that didn't really work very well. And honestly, things didn't really change until I met a couple of collectors on the plate group. I met Tim Guy, ALPCA, I believe he's 2933, and Bennett Sizer, who I believe is 10555. Great people, awesome collectors. I have a ton of respect for both of them. But what they were doing, and a lot of other collectors were doing this, but I talked with them about it the most, or I noticed them doing it more prominently, was county collecting. Now, this appealed to me for a number of reasons, and I didn't go and seek this out. It just sort of came to me. It found me at some point. And it really appealed to me because, A, with the exception of, I would say, Florida, which for some reason seems to be a very heavily county collected state, county collecting is not something that a lot of collectors or people in general want to do. Like, if you look at antique car plates, for an example, not only are they appealing to plate collectors, they're also appealing to car collectors. Maybe somebody who thought, oh, I like this one, I'm going to pay a lot of money for this Pennsylvania antique vehicle plate that is still on the white and purple base. And so what happens is with these is they become very expensive. It's why your manufacturer destroyed the values of some of these plates, made them almost impossible for regular collectors to get cheaply. 1963 California is such a great example of that. They're just steel plates, regular passenger plates. These things go for, in mint condition, $300 a pair sometimes. And it's not because of plate collectors, it's because of car collectors. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. County collecting doesn't seem to carry that same issue because it's not something that's done very widely. And as a result, it's not expensive, with the exception of Florida again, because for some reason that's really popular. Tim Guy was doing a whole bunch of county runs. Bennett was doing a whole bunch of county runs. I thought, hey, this is actually interesting. I was not in college yet at that point, but I was on a high school student's budget, and I thought, that doesn't sound terribly expensive. And I loved Michigan plates, and I realized that I already had one in my collection that was actually pretty tough to find. I had an Aranac pair from 1966. And so I started my county collection. And it wasn't something I forced. It wasn't something that I had to try and really, really, really hard to make it happen. It felt so natural. This is what I was meant to collect. So that's why I tell you, let your collection put itself together. Some people know right away what they want to collect, but if you don't know right away, just let it find you. Eventually it will make sense. You will know what it is you want to collect. And it's just going to be a lot better for you. You're not going to have boxes and boxes of extra useless plates that really only appealed to you and now nobody else really wants. So that is my second tip for you. I will say, a lot of collectors, this is just kind of a little third tip I have for you. There's nothing wrong with buying and reselling. A lot of collectors I've seen have kind of poo-pooed the idea a little bit because it's like, oh, are you a collector or a dealer? But lighten up, guys, okay? Please, because it's fun to, if you find a really good deal, it's fun to try to resell something. I mean, there's absolutely no shame as it is in posting something you found for a good price. But if you want to buy something to resell it, you shouldn't have to feel bad about that. And it's a great way to make money to buy the things you actually want to buy. So if somebody ever says, are you a collector or a dealer, just ignore them. Because it's okay to buy plates for the purpose of selling. So I made so much profit off of plates I bought. I bought a Pennsylvania Dare plate at a flea market for $1 this past summer. And I don't collect Pennsylvania plates, but it was $1. And it's worth at least 200, but probably closer to 300. And I had it on eBay for a while I had it really, really overpriced with the best offer option, knowing that I would take a lot less for it. But I don't have it on eBay anymore. Also, that's another thing. Stop criticizing people if they put stuff on eBay for expensive prices. Seriously, just don't. If they do it, just leave it alone. I've gotten some other really great deals. I sold a $10 plate for $120 this summer. I sold a $25 plate for almost $250. It's okay to buy to resell. That's fine. It's not a problem. So that's my last tip for you guys for today. Hopefully, when I go home, I can try to get you some videos of my collection. I have lots of photos of it, but I don't feel like uploading them into iMovie, so sorry. You're welcome to message me though, and I'd be happy to send you some if you care. Like if you actually care, if you're interested, we can swap photos. That's all I have for today. Please like this video. That helps me. That keeps me going. Comment on this video. You don't need to subscribe, but like and comment. That's always helpful. All right, guys. Remember, join the Plate Collector group. Let your collection put itself together, and it's okay to buy and resell. Peace.